Now, there's a moment in every debate where somebody realizes they don't actually believe what they're saying. They just don't want to lose.
You have a problem with ICE deporting people. My dear, you are completely brainwashed and totally propagandized. And you've eaten up all the propaganda and you totally believe it. Can you tell me why we shouldn't deport illegal immigrants? You said you have a problem with that.
No person's illegal.
Okay, tell me about that.
How could you say a person is illegal?
So you don't think there should be nations or borders?
No, there should be nations and borders.
Okay,
but
what makes a nation if you don't have legal citizenship?
The people that are here?
Do you think it's wrong for Japanese people not to let immigrants in?
No, but I think when people
wait.
when people are already here and they have established a life.
So if you try sneaking into Iran and see what Iran does to you, do you think it's okay if you sneak across the border into Iran and they put you in prison? Do you think it's wrong for Iran to do that?
No, but
so why is it wrong for Iran?
It's the way that we're doing it that I think is wrong.
How should we do it? Should we put them on a little padded cushion and peel grapes and put little grapes in their mouth and sing them songs when they go to sleep at night?
We should find...
Exactly. Man, y'all see what just happened right there? She started with so much confidence. She was up in that thing, chin held high. They built a life here. They shouldn't be deported. Sounds compassionate. In a leftist mind, that sounds reasonable until you ask them one simple question. And we know questions for Democrats is kryptonite. If anybody brings it to your house, set up furniture, invites their family over, do they get to stay because they built a life here, quote unquote? Will it pass then? Will that same logic? And suddenly, you see everything will fall apart. Now it's different. No, it's not. Of course it's different for you. Because one example exposes the logic. And this is the part that nobody wants to say out loud. If your argument only works when nobody challenges it, it's not an argument. You quite literally are running a script. But that was just the conversation. Wait until you see what happens when the same logic actually gets tested in real life.
What do you mean? Oh, you have borders on this campus?
No, we have this space reserved as an official event.
Yeah, so you have borders. Where's your borders at?
This whole green area right here.
Oh, so you want to control who comes in and out. Like an ICE agent or a border patrol agent. You wouldn't dare act like a fascist, would you? You have beautiful green eyes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I take pride in my eyes. They are very nice. So I appreciate the compliment.
Yeah. So I would really encourage you on a rally on a campus. This is an event for sanctuary campuses. You probably shouldn't act like a fascist border patrol agent. You should take down your borders and let whoever wants on the space, okay? Why is your lip quivering? Because you've been called out on how you're acting exactly like how you don't, what you're advocating against. You're acting just like them. So if you believe in illegal aliens allowing to have sanctuary on this campus, put your money where your mouth is, leave me alone, and let me have sanctuary on this campus, okay? Thank you for your time. I appreciate it, Green Eyes. They just handed you a vest?
No, I'm wearing it with a responsibility.
Okay, what responsibility do you have today?
Keep people safe.
Keep people safe? Okay, I trust you.
Okay, yeah, sorry about that.
You don't want him talking to me, do you? Why can't he talk to me? You don't tell people what to do with their bodies, do you? We're not doing that today, right? Oh, look at that. Look at that glare. You're bringing that they-them energy. That's awesome. I'm totally, wow. I am very, very scared. You are very intimidating. That's very honest. I was wondering if I could leave one of these at your table, actually. This is an illegal alien who murdered a woman. Can you keep that at your table to just show what you guys support? This illegal alien is the one who just bludgeoned a woman to death this month in Florida with a hammer. So you guys think that these guys deserve sanctuary on your campus? No. You should leave those there for transparency. You guys support those guys.
Caitlin for president. I'm serious, man. The way she be, man, she deserves some level, some prize because she's doing the Lord's work out here. I'm just saying. Now this right here, this is where it gets really embarrassing, man. You don't believe in borders until it's your space. Now suddenly there's rules. Now suddenly we have some boundaries. Now suddenly you need to control, you need control over who comes in and out. Who stays in and out your crib. Now it all matters. So let me get this straight. A country protecting its border, problem. A patch of grass on campus, authorized access only. You can see it in their faces, man. They don't have an answer. They just need it to be different. So now we've gone from shaky arguments to straight up contradictions. But here's where it takes another turn. Because now it's not just what people say, it's what they're pushing.
What up, fam? I just woke up and I just wanted to say this. You can't make this shit up. This is going to be the one that turned blacks away from Democrats. House Democrats are calling for reparations for immigrants who were traumatized by ICE. Now, y'all see how long this ICE shit been going on. This ICE shit been going on about 2.5, 3 months. And they want reparations for them already because they was traumatized by ICE. That's when they say, hey, black people, we don't give a fuck about y'all. That's why we're trying to help the immigrants. We want to get the immigrants reparations because they was traumatized by ICE the last 3 months. We don't care about you niggas. And you niggas talking about ban ICE. Democrats want to give illegal immigrants reparations because they've been traumatized trying to escape being put out the country by the organization called Immigration and Customs Enforcement. They've been traumatized. I can't believe this shit. I can't believe that they would, and I can't believe blacks. They want to give immigrants reparations for the last 3 months of running from ICE. Tendonism fall off the goddamn bone.
I was not expecting that tendonism. Let's talk about priorities, man, because this one isn't confusion anymore. This is definitely intentional, right? You've got people who've been asking for accountability for decades, and somehow that conversation keeps getting pushed to the side. But now, not so much. Now I see there's some urgency, there's action, and people are sitting back like, hold on, how do we get here? Because when a priority starts shifting like that, people, they notice. You can't keep telling folks one thing matters, then move like something else matters more. Hey, son, can you do me a favor? Oh, well, he's using my headphones. I can. And then, just in case, this is all, social media. You think it's all just social media noise. I'm here to say nope. Even inside the system, people are starting to say that this just doesn't make sense.
For the love of God and all that is good, can you differentiate between the fact that we don't make laws that control the federal government? My God, what are we doing here? I'm not a lawyer. I was an English teacher and I comprehend that. My 5th grade middle school English students would understand it. I am coming to you not from a point of ideology, because I know in the minority party, we already lost that argument. You guys are way, way out in the ether with that. I'm not even hoping to win the ideology. I'm hoping to win the logical argument to say, why do we keep passing laws that are going to end up in court, we lose, and the taxpayer gets shafted over and over and over? You cannot vote yes for a law that controls local, county, state, and federal. No, federal's got to come off for this to count, but the only reason why you're passing it is to affect federal agents. Hello? Lights on, no one's home. I'm not an attorney. I need a freaking honorary degree after going through this for 4 hours yesterday saying, what don't a room full of lawyers understand? Ludicrous. Oh my goodness, thank you.
That right there, that's some frustration. Not even from a place of politics, from a place of basic understanding. You all right? Man, they over doing too much. But yeah, you can't control federal law at the state level. That's not an opinion. That's quite literally structure. But somehow we're watching laws get pushed that everyone in the room knows are going to get challenged, dragged through the court, and ultimately cost taxpayers money. For what? To say you did something? At some point, you got to ask, is this about situations or just appearances? Now, here's the part that flips everything. Because while all these debates are happening, while people are arguing, deflecting, contradicting themselves, the numbers, they've already moved.
Let's talk about what's happened with legal immigration under the second Trump administration. Legal entries by asylum seekers at the U.S.-Mexican border, legal entry points, are down 99.9%. Take a look at what happened essentially as President Donald Trump took office. When Joe Biden was in office, 45,000 sought asylum. In January of 2024 alone, the drop-off right here in January of 2025, happening again with the beginning of the presidency of Donald Trump. Now, let's take a look at refugee admissions from abroad. It's a similar story. The administration slashing the number of refugees admitted in the United States. You can see the dashed line where President Trump takes office, representing the steep decline, a 90% drop in the numbers. Nosedive, January 2025. The cap for fiscal year 2026 is just 7,500. So the monthly average for the rest of the year will be 500 refugee claims. Let's keep going. Cuts to legal entry are now likely to be 2.5 times higher than illegal entries. Take a look at this graph and digest it for just a moment. There's a lot going on here, a lot of colors. Let's separate it like this. This part of the chart represents illegal entries into the United States. It shows Border Patrol arrests and gotaways. But let's focus on legal entries into the United States. This is a breakdown between 2024 and now of legal entries in the United States. We're talking about refugees, asylum seekers. We're talking about spousal visas, family reunification, H-1B visas, everything down dramatically under President Donald Trump, declining 132,000 so far in his administration, in part, at least on the H-1B visas, driven by the $100,000 fee that is required now to support an H-1B visa. That program alone, which received a lot of conversation, H-1B visas, down 25%. The point is, while the conversation over immigration has faded into the background, and justifiably much of the country talks about Iran, there have been massive victories in talking about gains at the border, gains in immigration, becoming stricter when it comes to not just illegal, but legal immigration, so that hopefully in the future we see fewer stories like what we saw this week out of Georgia.
No spin, no interpretation, just numbers. Over 100,000 down to 58. That's not a slight increase. That's not, we're working on it. That's a literal complete shift. And this is why, the arguments start sounding different all of a sudden, because it's hard to debate results. You can argue intentions all day. You can debate feelings all day, but the outcome changes that drastically. The conversation gets real quiet. And just when you think it couldn't get any more disconnected, this is where it lands, y'all.
We're trying to stop ICE from deporting this person who is an illegal immigrant. Do you support that?
Yes.
We're trying to stop them from deporting Jose Medina, who was charged last week with shooting and killing an 18-year-old college student. Do you think somebody like that should not be deported?
If they are working, they are paying their taxes, they want to support this country, why they need to be deported?
Because he shot and killed somebody.
It depends why.
Allegedly.
The question is like why he wanted to kill somebody. And it's completely different. They wanted to do it or they did it.
They did. They shot her in the back.
I'm sorry. This person shot somebody else or
yes.
What did 18-year-old guy did to this person?
Nothing. And it was a girl. An 18-year-old girl who was hanging out with her friends in Chicago. She didn't do anything. She was just innocent.
Okay, I'm against killing to anybody, but just deporting because something happened, I don't think that it's fair.
It's not fair to him to be deported?
Just only deporting because he killed, and if they don't want to think like why he did that, or what happened, like to ask questions and to figure out what happened in general. Maybe we don't know some information.
I'm just trying to think, what could she have done to him that would have justified him killing her?
It's possible that she was in a wrong place, wrong time.
Really?
And it's possible that maybe she said something that he didn't like, I can't judge any of them.
Should he be deported if he's convicted?
I'm against of deporting.
We should have compassion for these people, illegal immigrants who shoot people, because maybe something happened to them.
It's possible. Maybe they had just a bad day, let's say.
Okay. All
So
right.
yeah, and nobody knows.
Could it? This one speaks for itself. At some point, you stop arguing policy and start questioning judgment, man. Because when a response to something like that is, I feel bad for him too. You lost the entire plot. Not because people don't have compassion, but because there's a line where common sense is supposed to step in. And when that line disappears, people start paying attention real quick. So now you've seen all of it. The arguments that don't hold up, the contradictions that can't be explained, the priorities that don't line up, and the results that don't need defending. This isn't about who can talk the loudest anymore. It's about who can actually make sense. Because if it falls apart this easily on camera, imagine what it looks like when nobody's watching. So, if you made it to the end of this video, I want you to simply write, make it make sense. That's it. And y'all be safe. Go check on somebody today. You can quite literally be saving their life. Peace.